Somehow, breaking up always led to making up. We started loving each other when we were 13 and 14, and somehow we managed to stay together until he died when we were 23 and 24. Oh, how often we found reasons to break up. In truth, it was always me, he being too indifferent and distracted by his band, his love of music, and his gang of Jewish bad boys. It was easier for him to just stop calling me and not even bothering to address the issues at hand that I continually conjured up. This would drive me mad. My response would evolve over our fleeting decade together. You asked, would I stalk him? You betcha. Would I be jealous? Yes, of any girl he shined his bright light upon, every time. Would I envy them for his undivided attention? Yes, I did. He was a gorgeous long-haired rock star, lead guitar. Even the young Daryl Hall sang with him as the frontman before John Oates showed up in our hood. He did have money for nothing and chicks for free. My love was true and pure, innocent and never-ending, if a bit neurotic and suffocating for this teenage free spirit he was. Oh man, did we fight. And we always made up. We had a destiny to fulfill together, and we both knew it. I needed drama. I tried to make you jealous, and it always backfired. I provoked you to get a response, to get your attention, and you simply didn't want to play my silly girly games, and so you didn't. We fought, and we made up, and we made love. We were children, and our bodies were perfectly matched anatomically. It was a bingo, a ding, 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 like when the ball is bounced on the high score spot on a pinball machine. Right from our first rodeo, and every time thereafter. We grew up with sexual exploration as our unsupervised after-school activity. And then one time, you really did it. You went too far. You got another person way too involved when you actually got engaged to red-haired Flossie. You got lost in your new fairy tale, and you forgot about our always and forever, our unconditional pledge. You had an engagement party netting a mountain of gift boxes lining your parents' basement walls. All the beautiful china and crystal, toasters and what-is-its that you're going to need to start life in your new home with Flossie. Oh, poor Flossie. She had no idea who she was engaged to. The wedding was scheduled for the following weekend. The hall was hired, the orchestra arranged, the tuxes and gowns hanging in the downstairs closet, awaiting the big day. Only 2 months ago, your mother phoned me crying that you were about to make an awful mistake. I couldn't let you do this. Only I could stop you. Please, Mimsy, call him. No, Mama, he knows what he's doing. You know we can't tell him what to do. He's never listened to either one of us. And in truth, I found it sort of funny, really. How fucked up are you? You cut off all your gorgeous long hair into a slick barbershop razor-cut hairdo? You quit your band, your beloved band, and you took a job writing jingles for the local radio station? Inane, stupid-ass jingles? You, a gifted songwriter, penning jingles for easy money? You couldn't let her see who you really were. She couldn't know about the real you, the other half of me. My twin star. You bought her an expensive pedigree puppy. Really? A few days before your wedding, you heard that I was very sad. You heard that I may just show up at the wedding as your best friend's +1. You feared that if I did, I was sure to cause a scene. You had to come over and make certain I was okay. You needed to see me one last time to be sure I understood and that I wasn't a train wreck like you expected me to be. At least that's what you told yourself. That's why you knocked on the door of my Center City hippied out flat on Walnut Street in Philadelphia. The silk parachute was a graceful canopy in the high ceiling. I walked through the swaying and tinkling of the beaded and crystal curtain to the front door, and there you were. Some part of me had been expecting you. Time was running out. Were you really going to go through with this farce? At first, I just laughed at you, at your goofy, straight hair and your preppy clothes. And you know how laughter is. It's contagious. And in a moment you were laughing too. And together we hugged and we laughed until we started crying, our tears spilling out all the words we hadn't said in way too long. In each other's arms again, we were home, home sweet home. We lay down on the bed, scattered with soft velvet and silk pillows. As we fell into my bed, we fell back in love, and you never left. In a few days went by without thought of food or of obligations to let your family know that you were alive. We were lost in a world all our own. For the very first time since my mother died, someone other than me felt her presence and heard her message loud and clear. I was so joyous knowing that I wasn't mad, insane, or imagining her visitations. He knew it too now. Someone shared my secret life, the one I cherished, the one that lifted the veils between worlds, parting to allow the astral light to illuminate from beyond. We now shared a sacred bond. This went deep. We found each other somewhere between the neutron and the proton of all life. We were one. This was when we made our vow to part the veils once again, for each other, when the time came. We both knew that it would be you. We knew, as if it were written. It was all suddenly clear and perfect. When the acid slowly wore off and we were easing back into our bodies, you did leave. You had to go face the music. This was a road you had to travel alone. I couldn't go with you on this mission. You had to man up. You drove to your parents' home where they were frantic, having already called a detective fearing for your life. You had just vanished without a trace. At first, they smothered you with kisses of relief, and then they grew furious. Where the hell were you? Why didn't you call? What were you thinking? Do you know the worry you caused us all? Flossie keeps calling. You were supposed to pick up the puppy at her mother's. How could you do this to us? You are halfway up the stairs to your bedroom, and they are screaming at you from below when you slowly turned around, and without emotion, you said, I've been at Mimsy's. Mimsy's, they shrieked in unison. What do you mean? You can't be with her. You have to get married. I'm not getting married. There, you said it. It was out, and you felt lighter and freer than ever before. Oh, yes, you are, young man. You have to get married. It's all arranged. All the gifts are here. You are getting married, all right. I'm sorry, Mom. Just give back those gifts. Cancel the hall, and the band, and the caterer. As an afterthought, you said Flossie can keep the puppy. Now in shock, but slowly coming to their senses after this unexpected explosion in their perfect little world, your mother sobbingly said, Oi, 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 how did this happen? You smiled with that Scorpio intensity and said, Mom, you know I've always loved Mimsy, and so do you and Dad. We are back together again, and this time it really is until death do us part. And you know what? He was right.